The Mutual Broadcasting System presents The Family Theater, starring Margaret Sullivan and Van Heflin, with Donald Crisp as your host.
More things are wrought by prayer than this world dreams of. Good evening. This is Donald Crisp. Since I'm your host this evening, perhaps I ought to tell you what you're to expect in the next half hour. I'd better begin by telling you that this program, Family Theater, got its name because it's dedicated to your family. You know, the word family can mean a lot of things. It can mean bitterness and struggle, or it can mean love and companionship, and all the most wonderful things in the world. Now, all of us who are part of the Family Theater, and that includes so many of you who listen, well, we feel that prayer, family prayer, can make the difference between an unhappy and a happy home. We have a simple conviction: a family that prays together stays together. Well, now you know why we call this program the Family Theater. But that doesn't mean you can expect a lot of preaching. Far from it. Tonight you can expect some mighty fine entertainment. You'll hear an original story by Walter Newman with a splendid cast. So let's listen to the play, I Give You Maggie, starring Margaret Sullivan and Van Heflin. The scene of our play opens in New York City on an October afternoon, in the living room of a penthouse overlooking Central Park. A party is being held in honor of a young novelist, Tom Paget. Two women, Mrs. Paget and Daphne Lewis, literary editor, are leaving the crowded room.
There, that's better. Have you ever heard anything noisier than a literary cocktail party, Mrs. Paget?
Well, this is the first I ever attended.
Really? Here, you sit here on the couch, and I'll take this armchair.
Thank you.
Cigarette?
Oh, no, thank you, Miss... Oh, I'm sorry.
Not at all. Daphne Lewis, Mrs. Paget. Assistant literary editor of the Times.
Yes, of course.
I don't usually do this sort of thing, but we're so delighted with your husband's work that I thought it might make a rather good column for next Sunday if I interviewed you. The woman behind the author, you know, that sort of thing.
I'm afraid it won't be very interesting.
Oh, darling, of course it will. Though, frankly, it's not my personal dish of tea. Comfortable?
Oh, yes.
Ready? No, wait. Let me get a pencil out of my... There. Now, when did you and Tommy marry, Mrs. Paget?
Maggie, sit down. You're pacing a groove right across the living room.
Is my mouth on straight, Nona?
You look adorable. Relax.
It's 8:10, Maggie. Does he always keep you waiting like this?
Oh, let her alone, Mama. Stop picking on her.
Mona, you be quiet.
Maggie, what your mother and I can't understand is why you haven't had him up to the house before. After all, you've known him, how long? 3 months? 4 months? I don't like for you to be going out with a young man we've never seen and don't know anything about.
Well, he was supposed to have come here several times.
Maggie,
but something...
Is he serious?
Oh, well, you'll see, Mama.
What do you mean, I'll see? Maggie...
There he is.
I tell you, I don't like it, Bertha. Young girl ought to bring her boyfriends around so her parents can see.
Harry.
Tom, my father, my mother.
Miss Banner.
How do you do?
Mr. Banner.
Evening,
And
Tom.
my sister Nona.
Nona.
Hello.
Harry.
Oh, yeah, here. Sit down, Tom. Sit down.
We have to go.
Well, he can sit down for a minute, can't he? Go ahead, Tom. Sit down. Yeah, now. Maggie tells us you've knocked around a lot.
Some.
Well, that's very interesting. What have you done, Tom?
Nothing very much.
Oh, you have, too. He's been all over and done everything.
Well, that's fine. Go ahead. We'd like to hear.
Well, I ran away from an orphanage about 12 years ago. When I was 14, I was a road kid for 3 years.
Road kid?
Yeah, it's young hobo. Rode the rods and boxcars all over this country and Canada. Slept under bridges, begged from door to door. I've been jailed as a bum 20 or 30 times.
And what else?
Oh, not much of anything.
Well, he was a cowhand in Wyoming until he broke a leg bulldazing.
Dozing, not dazing.
Dozing. And then he was a pearl diver and a beanery. That means dishwasher. And a lumberjack and a miner. And he did a hitch with the Marines and all like that.
What are you doing now?
Just sitting here.
No, I mean...
Well, I read a lot. That's how I met Maggie at the library. I guess she told you that, though. I'm trying to learn how to write. I think I'm going to be a writer.
I suppose you've put aside a lot of money to keep you going until you begin to sell your stories.
Mrs. Banner, I have a personal fortune of exactly $4.
It's not very much, is it?
No. In fact, after I take Maggie out for a walk tonight and buy her a soda, well, I'll have just about enough left for a marriage license in the morning.
Maggie!
Well, that's all right with you, though, isn't it, Maggie? I haven't made a mistake, have I?
No, Tom. You haven't made a mistake.
But what are you going to live on?
Well, that will be a problem.
I make $35 a week.
Well, there now, you see, we can easily manage on that, Mrs. Banner.
You're going to let her support you?
Hold it, Bertha, hold it. Maggie, look. You're dead set on this.
Dead set, Papa.
Harry, you
Bertha?
can't...
Now, look, you two. You hardly know each other. No matter how much you think you love each other, you can't live on love. So I offer this. Tom, if you'll come around to my office, I'll speak to the chief. And I'm sure we can slide you into one of the departments. Then, after a while, when you've saved a little money...
Well, that's a very kind offer, Mr. Banner, but it would be just a waste of time for me.
A waste of time to make a living for your wife?
Well, it's a waste of time for a writer to do anything but write. Look, if you object to Maggie's working, why don't you give us some money?
Give you?
Just call it a business investment, Papa.
Maggie, you're not going to marry this...
Well, we are going to be married, Mr. Banner. Now, just start all of your thinking from that premise.
Maggie.
No, Papa. We're going to be married.
Going against us, eh?
Oh, no, not against you, Papa. Just in a different direction.
If you marry this tramp, you can get out of this house tonight and stay out.
Papa.
No, I mean it.
Give me your hand, Tom. I'm all shaky.
Here, kid. Squeeze it. Squeeze hard. You ready, Maggie?
Ready, Tom? Now, when did you and Tommy marry, Mrs. Paget? July 17th, 1937. Uh-huh, I see. And how did it come about? Well, he just asked me, and I said yes. How unusual. Oh, don't mind me. So you married a budding genius. Was it difficult at first? How did you find it? Bitter? Sweet?
Maggie?
Yes?
I'm finished for the day. Supper ready?
Ready. It's been on the table for 3 hours.
Where are you, kid? In the closet?
No, here, in the kitchenette.
You managed to disappear in a one-room apartment is something I'd... Oh, look, honey, I'm sorry about supper. You didn't wait for me, did you?
Of course I waited for you.
Well, you should have eaten. What's a cake and candles for? Is it my birthday?
No, it's not your birthday. Oh, Tom, you've forgotten.
Forgotten? Oh, no, I didn't forget.
Yes, you did. Our first anniversary,
No,
and you forgot.
I didn't forget, baby. Honestly, I've got a present for you. In my pocket. Now, wait just a second. Here, take it.
What is it?
No, it's a poem. You can read it. Can you read my writing?
For Maggie on our first wedding anniversary.
Now, go ahead, read it.
If I could write the beauty of your eyes, and in fresh numbers, number all your graces, the age to come would say this port lies. Such heavenly touches, near touched earthly faces.
You like it?
Like it. Oh, Tom, it's beautiful. It's better than Shakespeare.
It is Shakespeare.
No.
I didn't have time to compose one, so I just copied it. It says what I mean, anyway.
It's the nicest present I ever had.
Well, then give me a kiss. Oh, Maggie, you're a kissable wench. I think I'll renew my option on you for another year.
Oh, Tom, I'm so happy.
Yeah, me too, baby. You know, I turned out about 10 pages today, and you remember that character I told you about last night, Jonesy? Well, he's really beginning to come alive.
You know, each week it gets better and better. Do you realize we'll be on our vacation this time next week? Our first vacation together. 1 week of it. 1 week of no subway and no office, no ironing, no dishes.
Oh, Maggie, look, I
we
meant to
simply
tell you...
toss our $40 into the hotel owner's lap, and in return he gives us 7 days of paradise.
Well, there's no $40
days
anymore.
What?
Well, we don't have $40. We only have 12.
But I don't understand.
Well, after you left for the office this morning, I broke the typewriter, and the man at the shop said it had cost $18 to fix. It'd take about 10 days, and I rented the typewriter I'm using now for $1 a day. 18 plus 10 equals 28. 28 from 40 leaves. No vacation.
No vacation?
No.
Well, couldn't you have used a pencil?
Oh, Maggie, now don't.
No.
Oh, don't, please. Maggie, listen. Look, someday, pretty soon, maybe I'll finish the book and we'll sell it for a barrel of money, and then we'll head for the beach at Acapulco or even Rio, and we'll stay not just 7 days, but 7 months or as long as you like. And then when we come back... Oh, Maggie, now don't cry, please. Come on, now, here. Blow. I know you've looked forward to this vacation. I know how it is. Maggie, hey, look. Now, look, when that Pulitzer Prize Committee rewards me, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to propose this toast. Ladies and gentlemen, in accepting this award for literature, I do not accept it for myself, but for the person who really deserves all the credit accruing to my book. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Maggie.
Tom, a letter from the Colton Publishing House for you.
What?
What does it say? Hurry.
Wait a minute. It says, oh, look, here, you read it. Look, I'm too nervous. I couldn't...
Your Enchanted Hill was one of the most unusual novels we've ever read. Tom.
Oh, go on, Maggie.
Frankly, we consider it too advanced for present taste. And so on,
and so on. I'm going for a walk. No, look, I'm all right, baby, honest. I just feel like walking, so...
They're idiots. It doesn't mean a thing.
Yeah. Well, I'll see you soon.
Please, Tom, let me go with you. Please, Tom.
Maggie, where are you?
In here, fixing the light cord.
Guess what?
What? What is it?
Can anybody hear us?
No, what is it? Don't tease me.
I was walking down the block just now.
Yes.
And all of a sudden, down at my feet, I saw...
What? What?
This!
A dollar bill. You found it? That's wonderful.
I bet you were beginning to think I never would be a breadwinner. Well, Mrs. Paget, instead of walking around the park this afternoon as we do every Sunday, we're going to observe the rites of spring.
With a dollar?
I'm afraid you lack creative vision. When I look at this dollar, do you know what I see?
George Washington's picture.
I see 2 round trips to Coney Island, 20 cents. 2 Bock beers, 20 cents. 2 hot dogs, widow without mustard, 20 cents. And 2 rides on the merry-go-round, 20 cents.
That's only 80 cents. What about the other 20?
Philanthropy. The other 20 cents goes back to the sidewalk for the appeasement of tastes far less luxurious than ours. Madam, grab your hat and let us away.
Was it difficult at first? How did you find it? Bitter? Sweet?
Oh, a little of both, I guess. Yes, a little of both.
My leading questions don't seem to lead anywhere, do they? Never mind. And all this while, Tommy just kept plugging away at his writing?
Yes, that's right. Except for one period.
Except for one period. When was that?
Doctor, I'd like to know the truth.
Mrs. Paget, I'll give it to you straight from the shoulder if you think you can take it.
I can take it?
Tuberculosis. Now, wait. We've caught it in time, I think. I'll know definitely after studying the x-rays, but I think we've caught it in time. Now, Mrs. Paget, what was your husband's daily routine?
He was up at 5:30 every morning, no matter what time we went to bed. He was at his desk by 6. He worked straight through until 8, 9 o'clock at night, sometimes later.
How about his diet?
Coffee for breakfast, no lunch. As large a supper as I could make him take.
And this has been going on for how long?
Ever since we were married, 3 years.
Well, Mrs. Paget, your husband will have to go away for a while.
How long?
2